Good evening, everybody. I don't want your money, but I would like a few moments of your attention.
Extinction Rebellion was born out of the idea that everyday people need to unite to make change.
Back up.
Extinction Rebellion is an example of what democracy looks like when it's working.
I'm an elderly man now with 5 grandchildren whose lives are going to be so much more difficult and painful than mine or many of yours ever were. This makes me incredibly sad. Greenhouse gas levels are now higher than they've been in 3 million years. The last time this happened, there were mass extinctions. Massive droughts and flooding in the Midwest mean there will be crop failures and hunger. We will have trouble feeding ourselves. More and bigger storms mean there'll be another Hurricane Sandy here in New York City. The oceans are warming and expanding, and sea levels are rising everywhere. The polar ice caps are melting. The glaciers are retreating. And the water supplies needed to feed hundreds of millions of people in Asia are now under threat. These are all scientific facts. I know you don't want me shouting at you in the subway, and to be honest with you, I don't really want to be doing it. But I feel I have no choice now, because we're sleepwalking into a catastrophe, all of us. We need to wake up and not look away, because this is so painful to look at. I beg you to find out more about it. Google climate change, but most importantly of all, start talking to other people about it. Talk to your family, your lovers, your neighbors, your workmates, and if you're like me, talk to complete strangers in the subway. It's easier than you think. So I'm with Extinction Rebellion. We'd love it if you would join us and help us build a movement to turn this around. And the reason why there's so much emphasis on outreach and sign up, of course, is that this needs to be a mass movement. This is not something that can afford to grow incrementally. It needs to grow exponentially if we're going to have any success at all in turning around this kind of juggernaut of destruction that's already amongst us.
My 24-year-old daughter and her friend were killed in Hurricane Sandy.
I'm really sorry to hear that. Thank you for telling me that. I'm doing it for my grandchildren.
There's real people behind this.
I know. Yeah.
Justice! Now!
The climate emergency is something beyond the theoretical, as something beyond the boogeyman on the horizon. It's something that's happening right now. I don't want to leave this world knowing that I did nothing. Even if this is something that doesn't work, it's sort of not the point, right? It's about facing up to reality, not turning our back on it, not turning our back on the suffering of the life of and on this planet.
If you do not cooperate and accompany the arresting officer to the prison or transport vehicle, or if you resist arrest, you may be charged with additional crimes. Since you have refused to leave the roadway, you will be placed under arrest on the...
All lives matter!
Yeah!
This is like surprising, and it's like so, I'm sorry guys, I have never seen a movement like this, and I pray that these guys get what they're seeking, and I hope they get it, man. And I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. I pray it go viral for them, because this is a blessing, man. I hope they do what they gotta do, man. They want change.
Extinction Rebellion, that's what it's called.
What's it called?
Extinction Rebellion.
Extinction Rebellion.
XR.
XR, man.
You can't arrest the movement. You can't arrest the movement. You can't arrest the movement.
The kids in school
in jail cells, I will chant from the pits of my person until we take substantial action before we lose this magnificent planet that has been endowed to us.
Extinction is something I can rebel against with absolutely no ambiguity whatsoever. And so I've sort of embraced the idea of Extinction Rebellion. I think it's a phenomenally successful name for an organisation or a mass movement.